Jules here from Joolsedesigns at JT Creations. So what we're doing is we're doing a bit of crafting on a budget here. So I've got some fancy labels, and there's a little fairy boy there. That's they've been embossed or debossed or whatever you call it. That's a ruler stamp that I've used, and all this is foam. That's a dandelion stamp somewhere to show you. I've just cut them up into 2x2, 2x1.5, just what I would use for labels. I've got beige, green, white, brown, and it's, you know, the children's sheets of children's, and that's all it is. And you can pick this up at the cheap shops, the Dollar Tree, B&M's, and it usually comes under the children's crafts, and it's for them to cut out. But what I've found is if you heat it up, you can emboss it with a stamp, and you can use them as labels. There's one that's cut out like a tag, and what I've done is I've done a bit of waxing on the top. You don't have to use wax. I'm going to use old makeup. That's makeup. And that one I just did a couple of grommets in, thread some string round and stuck a label on it. But I'd gone over it with pink blusher, I think it was. There's another one with the green and gold. Trying to, there you can see it there. There's another one that's brown with blue. An unusual combination, but it goes. And there's another one, brown, and it's like a turquoise and gold, so it gives it that patinaed look. Now this one I used a hairdryer. If you don't have a heat gun, you're better off with a low the Ranger Craft It heat tool is probably the best, but I did that with a hairdryer, and as long as you put it on hot but a low you know, sort of like the low flow, you can hold it down. And I just use a fairy stamp. There's the, so there you can see him there, and I just pressed it in and it didn't blow away. This one I used a hot iron, you know, the for doing vinyls and stuff like that. I put a book page over the top of it, put it on a low heat, and then just held it and put it on, and I used my dandelion stamp. But what I did was I stamped it with blue ink first, and the blue ink takes a wee while to dry off. So when I did it, you get like the blue ink inside. These I just did with the heat gun and put a ruler stamp in it. That one, I think I used a flower stamp or something, and then I just put gold and red and whatever over the top. So I'm using my Ranger heat tool, which is this one, the Heat It Craft tool, because it's low heat and it's easy for me to show you. I'm not going to use a hairdryer, but you can use a hairdryer, as you can see. I'm going to use this one. Now I'm actually going to use a mandala stamp. I've got quite a few mandala stamps from when I did my card crafting. Never used them while I've been journaling, but I thought, do you know what, I'm going to use them. And I think that one's got lots of little tiny bits in, but I'm going to try that one first, because the one thing about this is if you reheat it, it goes back. And this is quiet, so I don't have to turn it down so much. So you just heat it up, switch it on, and you sometimes find that you know, it will I've got a silicone mat under here, and you sometimes find it might curl. Put that over the top and I just press it down, and hold it for a little while. And there we are. Oh, is that not cool? But if you don't like it, if you think you've made a mistake, if you heat it up again, your pattern disappears. You can only do it so many times, so we'll try the other side. The one that's got the little indentations and all the fine detail. And there we are. So it's working like a 3D embossing folder. So if you like that work and you don't have, you know, an embossing folder and an embossing machine, you can do this. You can do it with a hairdryer, and you don't even have to use stamps. You can use anything, you know, you can use graters, sieves, anything that's got like a rough or a patterned edge to it, you can use it. So we'll put that to one side. We'll do the white one, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some flowers on this one. What I usually do is I just go over and see where I want it. So we'll take the dandelions off, and it's a way of using up your stamps that you do have. But what I'm going to do is don't want this one. I'm going to use love letters. This is the Mementos love letters. You can use any colour you want. And just leave it like that. Put my stamp out the way, obviously you don't want to melt your stamps. And then just heat it. And just press that in like that. And the ink should go in. And there we are. Now, is that not cool for making labels and things like that? So we'll try this. And what I am going to do on this one, I'm going to try the Galaxy Gold. This is a Brilliance. It's one of the best gold inks I've ever used. And there we are. And again, and you can see it's starting to curl, so I'm just turning this over. And I'm going to put it long ways like that. Turn that in. There we are. It's not the greatest. I'm going to try that on there. And that'll do. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to heat that up, take away the pattern, and I'm going to put my mandala stamp. Just press that. I'm just hoping that I haven't creased it up underneath. There we are. So you've got a bit of the gold flower underneath. I quite like that. So we'll do a couple of the bird on, and I'll just put that on like that. Just make sure it's on. And again, I'll use the Galaxy Gold. We'll try it again. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. At least we'll know. If I make all these mistakes, then you'll know not to use them. You can use your Tim Holtz inks. I've used the Spectrum Noir. And we'll put that there. I'm just going to take this fairy stamp off the back so I can see the birdie. And then we'll put a little birdie on there. That down. And we'll see what we've got there. There. Not the greatest, but it's nice. And I think I'll keep that. I quite like it. I'm not sure what I would use it on, but it'll go there. I've got this one. We'll use Uncharted Mariner. It's a bit of a turquoisey colour. I haven't tin up lovely, and we'll just there we are. Perfect. We've got our script. You can do it without ink. We'll try it without ink. I'll show you what it's like. But what I am going to do is I'm going to use my glue mat. This is a hot glue gun mat. Oops. Yep. And there you are. Maybe I've pressed it a bit too hard, but it looks nice. And this white one will fit over there. There you are. So we're going to have a bumblebee. And I think what I might do is I might do that in black. Well, what I'm going to use is I'm going to use Memento Espresso Truffle. So it's not quite, it's like a brownie black. And then what we can do is when we decorate them up a bit at the end, we can put that yellow on it. We'll put that on there, like that. And there we are. I mean, the ink's not gone all over and the wings come off, but I quite like it. I might even cut round it and then you've got like a little embellishment. And that's, you know, it's and there we are. Whoops, I keep getting that wing off. It must be I'm looking at that, but again, that's fine. I'm just trying to incorporate all these bits and pieces into my journaling. So again, you know, crafting on a budget, where you use what you've got. So that one's turned out all right. Now I used this one, which is that one. That one's got the ruler. I put the ruler bit on that. This is a Whispers stamp. This is from 2003, so it's quite a lot. It's 20 years ago, but we'll have a go at this pattern. And again, we'll just put that over. And the red rubber stamps, you know, I think we're all going towards the silicone ones, but I've still got lots of red rubber stamps. So yeah. And all the little flower leaves and everything have come out on that one. So I think we'll do another one of these, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink it. Now, because the pattern's been etched out, it's the background that's going to be inked. Now I'm doing it on there, so I'm looking for a colour that will go with it. We'll try, this is rich cocoa. I don't know whether I'll catch it all with that. That's why I'm putting quite a bit of ink on. And again, just hold it down there. Now there's a nice one. So that looks really nice. And we'll try it. And quite a few of the background stamps are like that. And just there we are. So against that, it's definitely shown up. So I've got a ruler. This is, I got it from Temu. It's the numbers that have been the actual ruler. So what I'm going to do is I'm using Midnight Minute. It's quite a dark one. So if you have a thicker silicone mat, some people use them for baking and that. There we are. So it's a bit caddywonked, a bit skew with, but again, perfect. It doesn't matter which way I catch it, as long as I catch it. And we'll just catch it like that. I'm you just have to press a bit harder than what you would when you were stamping, and there we are. So that's all those bits that I had, so we'll put these away. What I've got is I've got this, and it's a Wild Angel roll-on shimmer bust. Too shimmery for me. And it's a roll-on, and it's just powder, and all I do is I just go over it, just gently. With my fingers. Okay. And if you wanted, you could do around the edges a bit more. I've had this for absolute years. I'm a hoarder. I throw nothing out unless I really have to. So there we are. So we've got that. Whoops, we've got that one. Now with this one, what I wanted to do was I wanted to try, I don't have any yellow eyeshadow, it's more of a yellow. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to colour the raised bits. Put a little dab of water on there. And I'm just spreading it out a bit. And of course it wasn't a water resistant ink, so it will move the ink about a bit. So I'm just going over the wings a little bit. I've not dabbed the yellow off. And there we are. So we'll let that dry. This is Bare Minerals. This is quite an expensive eyeshadow, but again it's too shimmery for me. And I'm just going to put some shimmer around the edges of the raised bits. And we'll just barely touch the raised bits on the back of the bumblebee. That's where we first put the yellow, and on the wings. And there we are, we've got quite an interesting, so it's still got the yellow, but when you look at it, I don't think the camera's doing it much, but you've got like a shimmery bumblebee, which I've not got much shimmer on there. So I've got an Estee Lauder eyeshadow. Again, it's colours I don't use. And I'm going to go for this was Egyptian colours. So I'm just going over just lightly a moss green, so it goes like a bit like a gold, and then when you put the turquoise on, it goes a little bit patinaed looking. And then the more you rub into the eyeshadow and pick up bits, and there you are. So, and it is shimmery. It's, you can see the turquoise again. The camera won't pick it up as good as what it is. Now I'm not quite sure what to do with this one. I think we might do the beige. So I'm just rubbing in the sand. This is the sand. Rub it over the turquoisey bit. And that'll do it. A navy blue would have been good to go around the edge of that. Now this one, yellow wax. This is yellow, and it's Pentart wax paste. Again, I've had these for absolute years. And I'm just lightly going over. As you can see, it's hitting the background, and then I'm just rubbing it more and more. And there we are. So we've got that one. I think we'll go around the edges with this little birdie. Oh dear, too late. What I say and what I do are sometimes two different things, but it's a different gold anyway, because this is a yellow. It's a metallic yellow. I have got gold, and I'm just rubbing a little bit harder on the outside now. It's still a bird, you can still see it, and I quite like that. So we've got a little birdie tail. The thing to get that off is hand sanitizer. Metallic as the others, but I'm just going over it quite lightly. And then what you've got is you've got the gold starting to show through that we stamped, because remember the flower, we'd put gold ink on it. Again, so that would be good in my daisy journal. And you can use these as embellishments. I like to put words on them and things. I think we'll try this one. I think I've got a bit too much on my fingers there. We'll leave that. How about this one? Try it with the blue. And this is blue and brown, I think looks lovely. There we are. So that's still got the brown background from the ink. Pink here. I think that's a bit much. I think we'll go over this one. And again, this one's not a metallic one. It's more of just a matte. But again, that'll look really nice in my spring journal, because it's got those colours. They look green here. Right, let me wipe my fingers. Now my nails aren't as long as what they normally are, because normally I can't do this, because what happens is it all gets stuck behind my nail. And I'm just Well, that's very Christmassy. It doesn't have to be. I mean, that would look nice in my spring journal, because that's nice spring green, but it's a metallic green, so it's got like a gold tinge to it. Bit over with the so I'm just going to go around the edges. And once I've got my finger cleaned off a bit, I'll rub around the edges a bit more. Okay. So I'm going to go over this, I think, with the gold to start with, or should I go over it with the turquoise? I think we'll try the gold first. And I'm just kind of going in an arc around the no, and it's just as bright. Now, is that not? And then where you just, where the two meet. Yeah. So again, because it's got mica in it, it does work. Used, and it's probably never been opened. I'm just taking a bit off with the end of a paintbrush. Right, probably not the best colour to do, but it's starting to show up metallic now. Colour here, I think we might just, I'm just dabbing it on, just might give it that rusty look. Okay, and we'll just dab a bit. I can't leave things alone. I've just got to keep playing and playing and playing until I make a mess of it, and then I wished I'd not done it. So there, about this one. Just do that in there one. That looks nice. And we'll do it in this corner as well. I'm just using what's on my finger. Copper and blue looks nice. So we'll just do a little bit there. What about this one? We never touched this one apart from, so this is now golden copper with a little bit of beige. Oh, see, told you. Uh-oh. It's all right. So the copper's on one side, which is fine because it gives it the illusion of light. We've got this one. Do we want one of these on here? No. No. what you seek is seeking you. Quite like that. And all I use is I just use that glitter glue to put it on. That's if I can get it working, because I've had the little pin out of the nozzle for a wee while. There we are. And I mean, you can just leave them like that. We'll put that there. And you could put a button there, or a grommet. So we'll put that there for now. Dwelling possibility. And what I'm going to use is my Memento Rich Cocoa, just to go around the edge of these, just to make them pop when I put them on. And these are just labels I got off the internet. They're not mine. I didn't design them. It's that one. I'm coming back to this one. I think I might put a little butterfly. If I can find a little tiny butterfly, I might put a little tiny butterfly on that. I don't think I've got any tiny ones. Oh no, what's this? That's small. Oh, here's one. Right, no, we will use this one. Now it's looks a bit weird, so I'm wondering maybe it's been cut out a little bit wrong. So should I just put it down as a half butterfly? Yes, I think I will. So I'm just cutting that wing off. And then it's just, so if you cut things out, or you cut them out on your scan and cut, and they cut them out wrong, just redo them. So yeah, so that's got a butterfly on it now. So we've got that one. What's this? I'd rather wear flowers in my hair than diamonds round my neck. Nope. I've got a bird here. I've got a rabbit. No. I think what I'll do is I'm going to stick with my labels, and I can always put another embellishment on when I come to use it. So I'm going to use this in the corner, and again I could put some diamantes on here, buttons, another picture, a flower, anything. So again, so we'll leave that like that. And the same with this one as well. I quite like this one. So I'm going to go for I've got cheerful there. No, I'm going to stick with the white. I'm just going to trim that off. Again, I'm putting it in the bottom, so that gives me a lot of scope of what to do that and put a grommet on it or anything. I think for the bee one we'll use courage and determination. Again, so we've got two bee ones, so we're going to put courage on this one. And we'll do determination on the one that's slightly bigger. Just inking around the labels. And again, we'll put it in that corner there. And I think what we'll do is we'll leave that as a I think we'll finish there, and what I'll do is I'll keep the rest. Do you know what? I'm going to put courage that way. That way I can use that label that way or that way. So we'll leave it there. So you've seen how I got these. Now again, you can use a hairdryer. You can use one of these hot iron things for using vinyl. This one has a low, medium and heat. I used the low, and I put book page on before I heated it up, before I put my stamp on. You can use a normal heat tool, however you need to hold it, because the heat tool is quite blowy like a hairdryer. You need to put it on the lowest setting for the airflow, the light airflow. So we've got these, and these will all be used in my journals. Again, you know, we've used them on these, and they look lovely. They look nice on anything. Let me grab some ephemera. I've still got some bits and pieces. So these are the, you know, so you can put them on there. There's the butterfly one. You can put them on there. The bird. You know, things like that. That one could go on there. So I hope you get something out of that. I hope you'll have a go again. If you haven't got a heat gun or a hot press, use your hairdryer, and then just put your stamp in, or any other sort of like object you've got with sort of like a pattern on it. It doesn't have to be what I've used. I'm just using what I've got. I've not gone out and bought anything special for this. And that's what I'm trying to show you, that you just use what you've got. Don't go to any expense until you're ready to do that, or just stay using what you've got. You can use lids like that just to make a pattern, anything at all. When you look around the house, you've got lots and lots of things that have patterns on them, and any stamp, you can use a pattern stamp. You don't have to be able to get the whole stamp on, just part of it is enough. Just once you've got a little bit of colour on it, a little bit of a label, you can type these out yourself. You can even write them, it doesn't matter. So enough of the waffle, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.